order to do business with you. They break open your house one thing, they rape your mother, they rape your father, they rape your brother, they rape your sister, they rape your auntie, they rape your auntie, they rob you of all your jewels, they take your car if you have a license firearm, they take your firearm, and they go on with that. And those that are supposed to vote for this bill, for the next year, you all are pleased and it's okay with that. What are they smoking? You cannot come and tell Saieed, well, hear this now. Saieed, mass mandatory, here we go. It come to an end. And then you come and tell me, here we go on side. If you go to the supermarket, the grocery, or the malls, you have to wear your mask. Saieed, if you go to a pharmacy, you have to wear your mask. Saieed, if you're traveling, you have to wear your mask. If you're in the transportation hub, you have to wear your mask. If you're going to church side, you have to wear your mask. If you're in the school side, you're wearing your mask. If you go to a barber salon, you go to the theater, you're wearing your mask. Which dum-dum in Trinidad and Tobago will go in a theater and buy a popcorn and a juice and sit down and wear a mask? Thanks! If every councillor go through their constituency, do video clips like this and send it for us, I'm gonna be so happy just to play it on our program on a Wednesday night. You know why I would be happy? I will be filled with joy in my heart. You know why? Because the councillor is getting off their butts and they are actually going and doing some live video shoots. Real Talk took the initiative to find out suppliers of wheat in the world that National Flour Mill could go to. So now Romano is saying the company is not going to raise any price in the near future. Why? Why? Is it because the S-boss and they realize now that, hey, it is in the public domain that we could go right Mexico and buy flour and wheat? We could go right China and buy wheat? I am about change. And thus far, Real Talk is very effective in Trinidad and Tobago coming towards making changes for the citizens. Public Utility Minister Marvin Gonzalez have urged the population to appreciate and be grateful for the availability of the utilities. This, as Gonzalez recalled, time in his life when he had to fetch water using a bucket from a nearby river. Gonzalez, I want you to understand something. I want you, Mr. Gonzalez, to understand something. You are being paid thousands of dollars by public utility, by the finance ministry, to govern WASA. Come on. To govern WASA, I want you to understand that you ain't going in no office for no free code. You are being paid. Do not tell me that I, Saieed, have to be grateful for the water I get it. Let me tell you something, Gonzalez. Every 4 months, I have to pay $400 and I get water once a bloody hell month. So don't come on a media briefing and say, Saieed, you have to be contented. You have to be happy. Marvin, the next best thing for you to do is to resign and get the hell out of here. Real Talk with Saieed Ali. I am your host, Saieed. We do want to thank you for joining us tonight, viewers, in Trinidad and Tobago. Today, Friday, we call it Fantastic Friday. It is the Friday before the carnival starts in Trinidad and Tobago. There's a lot of partying, there's a lot of entertainment, there's a lot of drinking, there's a lot of carnival costume, there's a lot of DJ trucks on the road. So viewers, first thing first, be careful if you're drinking and you're driving. Designate a driver, please. Safety first on the nation's road. Because for police to stop you on Friday night, let me tell you something, you ain't coming out until Wednesday or Thursday, you know. So I just want to start the show with a sense of security warning. Designate a driver. Please do that. Please do that. Fantastic Friday in Trinidad and Tobago. All over is having fete. All over is having party. We only have a few police officers on the road, you know. Because they themselves might be intoxicated, we don't know. But nevertheless, we want to talk them bad. They have a job to do. But Trinidad and Tobago, remember, Real Talk Financing is offering you 5% on our fixed deposit, viewers. We are the only licensed financial institution in Trinidad and Tobago that is offering you 5% on fixed deposit with the interest up front. Remember that, Trinidad and Tobago. You're getting your interest up front to go on a vacation, to fix your house, to pay down on a new car. And I just want to give you a little example. You know, I love to give examples. If you invest 100,000 or less or more on a fixed deposit, you're getting your interest up front. Now, your fixed deposit have to be for 5 years and over to get 5%. When you make your investment and your check is cleared, you will receive a call from one of our officers contacting you to tell you come into our business place for your interest. So instead of you waiting 5 years to collect $25,000 and $100,000, you're getting your interest up front. Now, Trinidad and Tobago, I always say I am a leader, I am not a follower. And we are the leading financial institution in Trinidad and Tobago to offer 5% and interest up front. We are the first and we will always be the first. Thus far, no one has been able to compete with us and give interest up front. Remember, we are a licensed financial institution. Remember that, Trinidad and Tobago. So viewers, this is what I have to tell you. Remember, I have been in the financial industry for the last 30 to 35 years. I have a wealth of knowledge, hence the reason why we have Real Talk Credit Union. So be members of the credit union, viewers. Like I said, we have a location number 14 Caroni Savannah Road in Shogunas, and we have one at 25 Sapero Street in San Fernando. Remember that. You want money borrow also? We love to lend. I love to lend. I love to put a smile on your face. As long as you have some form of collateral, it could be a house, it could be land, it could be a building, it could be gold, it could be a vehicle. I love to lend. And the good thing about lending is you have to have collateral. You have to have collateral, right? So in saying this, there are two persons of interest that I would like to contact me. Remember, Suzanne Mauricio Floyd, please contact me. Please, I'm begging you. Because many people, you see when I put you up on TV and I tell you contact me, I mean contact me. I don't like to prolong situations. So please, darling, for your safety, please contact me. Also, my darling Natalie, please contact me. Please, please. Imagine I begging all you for your own goodness to contact me. You think I'm bound to do that? No, I could deal with all the raw, you know. I could deal with all the raw and hard. But I'm giving you all the benefit of the doubt. The benefit of the doubt. Just to contact me before I switch from a good person to a bad person and deal with all of the legal way, which you all wouldn't like. You have vehicles to transfer? Let's do the process nice and easy. Because if I go to court with all you, if I go by the JP and give all you a date to come to court and all you have to pay is a bench warrant, you know. And when police do hold all you know for not attending in court, you know what? Let me do a little trace and sentence on these people and them. And you're still in prison for 30 days. 30 days. That is not my problem, that is yours. So I like to deal with people in a nice and easy way before I go rogue on them. And only want that. You understand? Because when you end up in prison for 30 days and a trace and sentence, who feeling it? Not Saeed. Because when the magistrate tell all you have no other choice but to transfer it. Not a transfer. But I like to deal with people in a nice and easy way. You understand? The nice and easy way. I could get real dirty and stink, you know. Real dirty and stink, you know. But before that part come out, I would like to deal nice, humble, and quiet as a businessman. But don't pray to get money next side. Don't pray to get money next side. I don't like that at all. And I just only put up people who own on national television. That's why I just do. So, those of you who seeking spiritual help, I am a spiritual consultant. Those of you know that. Looking for spiritual help, not a problem. You can contact me at 339-1670 and set up an appointment. So viewers, as we start our program tonight, Acting Prime Minister Stuart Young have stated that he is concerned but not uneasy about the impact U.S. Secretary of State Marco foreign policy plans will have on drug and gas deal with Venezuela and the Trinidad and Tobago economy. In a tweet, Marco provided foreign policy guidance to terminate all Biden's era oil and gas license that have shamefully bankrolled the illegitimate Maduro regime. This after U.S. President Donald Trump announced the termination of U.S. energy company Chevron's license with Venezuela to export crude oil. The minister said, the anti-government is very aware of how important the Dragon deal is to the energy security of Trinidad and Tobago and to the stability of the CARICOM region, as well as South America extending as far as Europe. Now, I want to say this. Even before Donald Trump won the U.S. election, there were sanctions on Venezuela. And our government knew that. Our government, or should I say, the present PNM government knew that, together with the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, together with Venezuelan President Maduro and his regime. We knew that. We all knew that. But our leaders decided to turn, you know what? Instead of to watch this way, they decided to do this. You know, turn their head. Turn their head. Millions of dollars was spent up front, a payment, and then they proceeded. Now Trinidad and Tobago, that Trump is going to revoke all the oil and gas license that the Biden administration have given unto Maduro government. Is the oil and gas sector in Trinidad going to have problems with the drug and gas deal? Yes, there are going to be problems. Because if Trump administration revoke all the license and cast sanctions again on Venezuelan, what is going to happen with us? You think we are not going to be sanctioned? Trust me. we are going to be sanctioned. You know why? For doing business with a sanctioned what? A sanctioned country. Now Trinidad and Tobago, I'll listen to this.
Speaking this way to let you know, population, that we continue to be engaged. We're very aware of how important it is and who the decision makers are, and we will continue to do all that we can. Can we provide any assurance at this stage? The answer is obviously no. Are we engaged with the right people we believe? We think we are, and we will continue to work. And at every step of the way, if there is something for us to report, we will.
Now Trinidad and Tobago, listen to this, eh? He said, the Dragon deal and the natural gas that is expected to be delivered in 2027 are going to help the country with foreign exchange. Young said, this deal will help the government to continue paying the bills on your behalf, to continue ensuring that there are drugs in the hospital and that children can continue to receive education.
This government will remain committed to the people of Trinidad and Tobago because we understand how important it is to be able to access these resources. This deal and this transaction on cross-border gas is not for PNM, it is not for UNC, it is not for any political entity. It is for you, the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. This deal and that gas being delivered in 2027 is what is going to help us with the foreign exchange, is what's going to help us continue paying the bills on your behalf, continuing ensuring that there's drugs in the hospital or children continue to receive education. And that is what we've consistently been fighting for. So all of those who want to call sanctions, all of those who want to attack the Venezuelan government from small Trinidad and Tobago, our closest neighbor, that can never be good for Trinidad and Tobago.
At least he admits it could never be good. Now, Young was also asked whether the government or either of its international partners had bankrolled the Venezuelan government, which was led by Nicolas Maduro. But Young said no. He said, until the gas field starts up and you start to pay things like royalty, this government does not fall into any large payment or payments made to the Venezuelan government. Listen to this, George.
There's no. We have entered into a commercial transaction, a license that has been published in the Venezuelan Gazette for 30 years with Dragon. We just completed one in July of last year with respect to Coquina, in the Coquina mannequin field again, will be published in their Gazette. And you can see very clearly there what are the cash transactions. Until the gas field starts up and you start to pay things like royalty, etc., we certainly don't fall into any large payments or payments being made to the Venezuelan government.
So Trinidad and Tobago, how much money have been spent thus far on this Dragon deal? Could the government of the day, let's say the Minister of Finance, let's say the Minister of Energy, can they come out and tell the public how much money have been spent on this deal thus far? Or how much taxpayers' dollars have been spent on this deal? Because I can clearly tell you and safely tell you, when Trump administration decide to sanction Venezuela, you think we get in our way? Under the Biden administration, we may get away. But under the Trump administration, trust me, we're going to feel like if a bomb drop on us. They feel Trump is like them? They feel Trump would say A for dog, A not for dog, A for animal. A is not for dog. Trump will tell you A for animal, A is not for dog. And that is how Trump has been operating since he got into office. Let me tell you, all I feel is joke I'm making. What chance you fall yourself. Responding to other questions, Young said payment have been made to the Venezuelan government, but he could not say what the exact payments were for. Imagine, Trinidad and Tobago, imagine this. The Minister of Energy, who is involved in the gas deal with Trinidad and Venezuela, trying to tell us that money have been paid, but he don't know for what. What the kind of jack Minister of Energy do we have running our country? Who vex loss, you know? Who vex loss? We have a Minister of Energy going at the dragon gas deal with Maduro and his government. Money have been spent, but you know what the money pay for? You try to take Trinidad for some blind people? It's your trouble, all are good, you know. All are really good. I'll read that again for all you. Responding to other questions, Young said payments have been made to the Venezuelan government, but he could not say what the exact payments were for at this stage because that is being handled by NGC and Shell. Listen to you.
The answer is yes. The answer is yes. Payments have been made with respect to Dragon. Can I tell you what the exact payments were made? I can't, not at this stage, because that is being handled by Shell and by NGC. With every license, including the other day in Trinidad and Tobago, you all would have seen if you were paying attention, this government granted, and I signed as the Minister of Energy, 2 production sharing contracts with EOG, something that they have not done for 20 years. I can report to the population of Trinidad and Tobago here today, immediately on that signature of mine being put and the signature of EOG, significant sums of US dollars were paid by EOG to the government of Trinidad and Tobago in something called a signing bonus. The same thing has happened with all of the other PSCs we do, every exploration and production license. Would that be considered significant? Are they bankrolling? That is a normal course of business in oil and gas sector. You sign a license, there are payments to be made. You sign a license, there are fees to be paid for acreage, for example. So even when people are not doing exploration, when they're not doing seismic work, they pay a rent to the people of Trinidad and Tobago.
Trinidad and Tobago. Side look like a client. Side have 2 financial business running. A money lending center and the president of Realtalk Credit Union. I look like a dummy, ain't? He's the Minister of Energy and he doesn't know how much money this be spending from companies. I'll tell you something. Let me tell you something. Trinidad and Tobago, if you all dumb, if you all blind, and if you all stupid, Saieed Ali is not blind, dumb, nor stupid. Because a dumb man can't run a financial institution. A blind man cannot see what's in front of him. And a dumb man cannot say from A to Z. I want to let you understand that will be your new Prime Minister very soon. Very soon. Presently, he is the Minister of Energy and Energy's industry for Trinidad and Tobago. Every deal that happen in the energy industry, the oil and gas industry, that is the man knows everything that takes place. But you want to come on a platform and tell the public money is being paid, but you don't know for what. I know. Let me give a little insight or something. In my lending center, on a daily basis, I know how much goes out and how much comes in from a report. In Realtalk Credit Union, I knows at the end of the day how much goes out and how much comes in with a daily report. right? Because I run in two financial institutions, a credit union and a loan center. And if I don't know how much comes in and how much goes out, I'll get robbed in the lending center. And if I doesn't know in the credit union, as a president, if I do not know how much goes out and how much comes in, well then being the president of the credit union is not my place. I look dumb and stupid. I look dumb and dotish. Right? 30 to 33 to 35 years in financial industry, but I look dumb and stupid. Trying to we're going for a short commercial break, but still locked on. There's lots more.
We'll be right back.
Tired of wasting precious time at the bank applying for a loan, only to be denied? We understand your frustration. Here at Realtalk Group of Companies, we take a different approach. Contact Saieed, Managing Director of Realtalk Group of Companies and licensed moneylender at 238-6716, 242-7690 or 339-1670. Feel free to visit our office at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chaguanas, or number 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando.
When life throws you a curveball and you need a clear path forward, trust Realtalk Wrecking Service to get you back on track. Whether you're stuck on the roadside or dealing with an unexpected breakdown, our 24/7 wrecking service is just one call away. Fast response, reliable towing, and a team that's got your back. At Realtalk Wrecking Service, we don't just tow, we rescue. Realtalk Wrecking Service, your lifeline on the road to recovery.
Realtalk Financing is offering you 5% on a fixed deposit for 5 years and over,
with upfront interest.
Contact our central office at 238-6716 or our San Fernando office at 242-9944. You don't want to miss this great opportunity. Invest today and watch your investment work for you.
At Realtalk Studios, we dedicate our time to highlight the glaring issues we face within our community. Catch us live every Wednesday between 7 to 8 p.m. Real Public Concern. Because your concerns are meant to be heard. Send your email to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com.
Welcome back.
Trinidad and Tobago, let me just educate you all a bit. Remember, 238-6716 is the phone line to call in. Listen to this, viewers. I want to educate you all. And I'll show you how $1 million is being spent without getting even a container of oil or gas from Venezuela, from the Dragon field. Now, when the government entered into an arrangement involving Shell and Venezuela to develop the Dragon gas field, money was paid to Venezuela. Acting Prime Minister Stuart Young disclosed today. Young said he did not consider the money to be bank rolling of the Venezuela regime. Take note, last May, Young said Trinidad and Tobago was already paying a portion of over $1 million per year in taxes to Venezuela as part of our deal. $1 million. Let's just convert that to one. Let me say you go in the bank and you buy $1 for $6.80. How much you get it? 6,800,000? And about 6,800,000? So every year Trinidad and Tobago, correct? Every year Trinidad and Tobago, we paid 6,800,000 to Venezuela for a deal that we had received a liter of gas or oil. 6,800,000, and we had received a liter of oil, neither gas. All of you lazy, but listen to this. Listen to this. I tell you, there's hammer facts here, you know. All of you let's joke. Listen to this, Trinidad and Tobago. On Wednesday, Maduro, not Maduro, you know, but the US, Donald Trump said he is revoking the license that the Venezuelan government has to export oil to the United States. What is going to happen? What is going to happen? President Trump is going to revoke all the license of oil and gas that were given to Venezuela through Biden administration. What happened to our 6,800,000? Say something. Say something. Trinidad and Tobago, 6 million TT dollars. Where it went? Let's say something. Say some. I just only bring facts to all here, you know. Only facts are bringing to all here, you know. Oh, side you bad talking. No, me bad talking. I'm giving all of the facts. I have nothing against the PNM administration. I have nothing against the UNC administration. But it's who to be held accountable for taxpayers' dollars being spent? Who? A party that is not presently running the country? Oh, come now, man. Let me tell you something. All I want to know why Saieed don't ask anybody to run ad. Because when I start about shot like this, oh Saieed, you know, well, I'm supporting this one and I'm supporting that one, and the way you're talking on TV, you know, I go carry on my ad, me asking you for none and me begging you for none. I'm not one of them beggars and them who just beg for ad to keep our program running. 8 years now we're on the network, and it's 8 years now I never asked for ad. You know why? Because when I start to talk the truth, it might fall in somebody's garden. You know me, I'll tell you, water it. Water it and pick your fruit. Yeah? Every plant you water, you expect to get something from it. Is it that the rose looking nice or the orange tasting sweet? And that's the reality. That's the reality. But nevertheless, moving along. Nigerian Integrated Energy Company, Oando PLC, has been named the preferred bidder to lease the Guayacaro Refinery in Point-a-Pierre based on a recommendation by the Evaluation Committee. Acting Prime Minister Stuart Young stated that through the work of the Evaluating Committee, Oando was selected as the preferred bidder ahead of the other shortlisted company. CRO Consortium, a grouping of 3 companies, 1 local and 2 foreign. A third company, INCA Refining, was excluded because it did not submit a detailed final proposal to the Evaluation Committee by the cutoff date. Young said, under the lease agreement, it is envisaged that the Guaycara Refinery Company Limited, which owns the former Petrotrin Refinery, which has been mothballed since November 2018, would operate alongside Paria Fuel Trading Company. This would provide the Nigerian company with access to its associated logistic asset by way of a commercial arrangement between Paria and Oando. He said, the lease agreement will allow the government to retain ownership of the refinery while granting usage right to the preferred bidder to generate consistent revenue. Listen to this.
We have noted the Evaluation Committee's recommendation of Oando Trading DMCC Oando as the preferred bidder for the lease of the Guaracara Refining Company Limited. We have also noted the proposal for the lease type commercial arrangement proposed, which sees the Guaracara Refinery operating alongside Paria Fuel Trading Company Limited by way of granting access to Paria's associated logistic assets via commercial arrangement between Paria and the lessee, which lease arrangement would allow the government a number of things: to retain ownership while granting usage rights to the preferred bidder to generate consistent revenue. So we're not giving up Paria. There were some entities along the way, it became obvious to the Evaluation Committee, they wanted to get hold of Paria for bunkering purposes and really were not interested in restarting the refinery. We, the government, were adamant in our discussions with the Evaluation Committee that we have to protect the assets of Paria, to also always ensure that we can provide domestic fuel to our population, and to make sure that anybody really interested in restarting the refinery wouldn't just take Paria's assets, which is one of the problems Patriotic had faced at a certain time.
So Trinidad and Tobago, Young further noted that Oando will come under attack over the fact that it was delisted on the stock exchange in Nigeria and South America. However, the cabinet is satisfied with whatever decision. Listen to this.
We, the cabinet, was satisfied, and it was actually pointed out in the Dun and Bradstreet report that there were 50, for example, negative media reports on open source with respect to the Oando group. But the Evaluation Committee, having received that, were able to engage the group and to satisfy themselves and to provide us with a report which satisfied us that there was not sufficient evidence, or what had been claimed had been satisfied, and really it was that they were delisted on Johannesburg and the Lagos Stock Exchange, and they're back on, and that they have been proceeding. And I've just listed two of their recent transactions for $1.5 billion and $750 million, showing the type of enterprise.
Now, Trinidad and Tobago, the government of the day is okay that they are not on the stock exchange in South Africa, South America, and other countries. But Stuart is okay with this. Now listen to this. A recent probe found Oando PLC management involved in serious infractions such as false disclosure, market abuse, misstatement of financial statement, and corporate governance lapse stemming from poor board oversight. But hey, according to Stuart Young, that is okay. According to the government of the day, that is okay. I don't remember Jindal. It's okay if come and I'll run it. It is okay. As long as the refinery up and running, that is all we business about. False statement, and that is okay. That is okay. Bad management from the board, and that is okay, because we already had bad management from Petrotrin that caused it to shut down. According to the heads. Bad management, we're not getting oil, we cannot sustain it, and that is it, we had to close down. So I want to ask the Minister of Energy and soon to be the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, if our refinery is not making money for us in Trinidad and Tobago, how the hell in God, living universe, somebody else go come and he go make money for them? Answer me. Answer Trinidad and Tobago, Stuart Young. I have nothing against you, you know. I have nothing against you. But I want you to understand something. Not every word that come out of your mouth expect Saieed or the nations of people to believe it. If we cannot manage what we have to make money for us in Trinidad and Tobago, how the hell a next company could come and take over what we have and make money? Common sense. Common sense was made before book. But some of them just want to put book sense in front common sense, when common sense write the book. We don't, isn't? You see people are going like me. You know why? You know why? Where you getting? Is no other talk but what? Real talk. That's where you getting. And I am not afraid to come here from Monday to Friday, from 7 to 8 p.m. nightly, to educate you, the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. We had a perfect running refinery. $1.6 billion. That company made before it was shut down in profits. What I say? It didn't make no money. It run to our bus, it run to our loss. We had to shut it down. But all I'm expecting now, a next oil company to come and buy out this company here, where we have in Trinidad, that we call a refinery, and expect now that same refinery to make money for them. Silent notation. 30 years plus in finance. I'm an accountant. And Stuart, I'm going to stand up on a pulpit and talk to Trinidad and Tobago like nobody ever go oppose him. What are you going to do? There's a little saying that goes like this. You could fool all the people some of the time, but you cannot fool all the people all of the time. You know why? Some of them will get smart. Some of them will start to think on what you say. I'm asking that question, Trinidad and Tobago. How much money were collected in property tax thus far? About 90 million? How much corporation get money thus far? How much corporation got money thus far? All who went and pay property tax. How much corporation got money distributed to them thus far? No corporation ain't come out and say they received nothing as yet. You know why? Because they got nothing. You think they're going to like Saieed for talking the truth? No, they're going to like me. But you know what? They can't touch me. You want to know why? When you hear the little birdie whisper to me in my ears, 3 o'clock in the morning when I get up to pray, Saieed, they're planning X, Y, and Z for you. Hear me telling our spirit, hear what? Let their own trap fly with them in the trap. 8 years on Synergy Network, and not one single day I ask anybody to run out of my program to sustain it. Not one day. Know why? Know why? See those spirits above the clouds? They just make sure I am funded. They just make sure I live in a nice life. They just make sure my business running proper. And they just bring the correct people that I want to meet to run business. Real Talk have Real Talk financing in Guyana. We have Real Talk equipment rental in Guyana. And very soon we'll have Real Talk credit union in Guyana. Grenada and Barbados. You think they're going to stop me from spreading my wing? I like to fly, you know. Just now you can hear Real Talk buying their own plane, you know. Yeah? You can hear Real Talk having their own plane just now. Monday or Tuesday this week, I went and collected my FIU certificate for the credit union from FIU building. That's Tower D in Port of Spain. We have the certificate, FIU, Trinidad and Tobago. Let me tell you something. I is one person who do nothing under the table. Everything is above the table. Monday or Tuesday. Everything Sai doing is above the table. I believe one guy called in and said, Saeed, so what about the police come and raid your building? Trust me. Don't make up no warrant and come here now. Because my building is not a store. My building is not a grocery. My business is not a parlor. This is a financial institution. This is where people have savings. This is where every one of my worker signed a non-disclosure agreement. This is Real Talk Credit Union, FIU certificate. So the credit, we FIU certified and we ready. We FIU ready. So when you tell yourself we're under the table with anything, no, we're not under the table with nothing. Nothing. I just know we're going to USD license. We're going to US currency license. I am a licensed financial institution. I have rights. Block me now. Block me now. If you're going to start to fall and crumble. I just tell people, when you're here, you want to wish me bad. When you tell yourself you're wishing me bad, it have a God, you know. It have I don't care what religion you're from, it have a God. Your God listening to you and my God listening to me. Yeah? Your God listening how you're wishing me bad, and my God here and you want to wish me bad. Go ahead, wish people bad. Wish me bad. Ramadan coming up just now. Fasting time start. Everybody know I love to do a lot of charity. That's part of me. Trinidad and Tobago, let me tell you something. It's too much have been taking place in this little country. And I ask you all on a previous show, how hard it is for the government of the day to run Trinidad and Tobago. We have 1.4 million people and crime under control. 1.4 million people. And the government can't seem to get a grip on it. 1.4 million people. You think if we had 10 million people, what would have happened to Trinidad? What you think would have happened? Ask yourself that. Ask yourself that. Are we that foolish, people? Are we that so foolish and stupid? We cannot see what's going on to the tip of our nose. We that stupid? Come now, man, open all your eyes now. Open all your eyes. The Prime Minister always saying, we have money, we have money, we have money. All of a sudden, what happened all of a sudden? About 900 individuals got pay hike. Yeah. Marvin Gonzalez. Minister of Public Utilities, on a platform, telling people, you may not carry out your kids for dinner 2 or 3 times for the week because of how things are. Because of how the economy is, you will have to carry them 1 time for the week or 1 time for the month. Marvin Gonzalez. What he get? What he get? He get a pay increase. Government ain't have no money. Port workers still trying to get the money. Port workers up to today trying to get the money. What them get from our judge? Stop protesting and go back to work. What 900 people get? A pay increase. Yeah, that's what I got. So I'm asking myself, and I'm asking you, the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, are we that foolish? Are we that stupid to not see what is taking place? You think I bound to come here every night? You think I bound to educate you all of what is taking place in our country? No, I don't have to. I don't have to do that. I could say my 1 point something I spending every year to keep my program and staff going forward. You think I bound to spend? No, I don't bound to spend that. I could travel, enjoy it. You know why? Because I work for it. 17 hours a day. But you know what I'm doing? I'm taking that and I'm paying workers and I'm paying synergy and I'm buying equipment. You know why? To educate you, the citizens of our country. That is what I choose. And hence the reason why God keep blessing and blessing and blessing. We're expanding financial institutions in our country. That is a miracle by itself. So when I feel like coming here to bad talk and to degrade and to put down, no, I ain't coming here to do that. I ain't coming here to stab nobody in no back. I'm coming to open all your eyes to see what is taking place in our country of 1.4 million people. A refinery shut down. While the refinery was functioning, we ain't have good school, we ain't have good road. Right now, it have no what? It have no insulin in the hospital for diabetes, people. But what? 900 people got an increase in salary. And that was okay by the SRC. You know why? Those 900 people, including ministers and parliamentarians, they are working for the people. But no money for insulin in the hospital. SRC moral father should end up inside. If they're vexed, die them, carry them to court. When your eyes start to light, don't come and say, Saieed, we sorry, you know. No, you will pay the consequence. You know, you know that was saying people like this ain't gunman? I said, I'm a gun spirit. Navin, when last year something touching your shoulder. Watch me. As one serious individual, you don't play games. I come to tell you what's happening here. 900 people got an increase in salary. SRC found it okay. We hardly have, what the Prime Minister say? Money to run Trinidad and Tobago for 3 days. 9 years going now. We still ain't have proper road. We ain't have money in for the hospital. We can't finish school. Police still looking out for back pay. But the SRC found it fit to increase the salary that taxpayers have to pay 900 people every single month. What? On an increased salary. I'm talking nonsense? Do all the research. Do all the research. Because when I come here, it's nothing else but the truth you get. I'll never forget we paid $1 million US to the Maduro government for the same drug and gas, oil and gas deal. What we get? I guess sanction in retail. 1 million US. Converted to bank rate, 6.8. 6,800,000 down the drain. See just how money gone missing and nobody can get back account for it? Just so that money gone missing. It's sad, right? It's sad, it's really, really sad to know this is our country. It's sad to know leaders have us, the people in this country, begging for road, begging for proper water, begging for proper street light, begging for proper school, begging for proper what? Police vehicle, begging for proper security, begging for proper education, begging for proper health care. How many people we have? 1.4 million people. Well, we have a pitch lake. Well, we have our oil refinery. And what we doing? What we doing? HDC built hundreds of thousands of houses. All of us see concrete rotten? Visit some of them HDC houses. Doctors protesting just now for increase. If 900 people could get it in authority, we could get it also. And I don't blame them. I want to hear what the Ministry of Health have to say about that now. Because that's the next shaft they're getting. That's the next shaft all they're getting. Hey, let's settle the pilot salary? No, not yet. Not yet. Say you're bashing the PNM. Really? The pothole in front here, you get it fixed? You're getting water 24 hours? Your son and your daughter have proper education in school? I blast you. I'm trying to fix it for you, boy. But nevertheless, Trinidad and Tobago, as always tell earlier, when I make up my mind to do something, trust me, it has been done. It does be done. And I told you all, 2025 will be a different year. We're demanding. Well, not you, but me. I demanding. You see, we have a new Prime Minister coming in just now. What I want to know is that the 1 million US that were paid in taxes for what exactly? What taxes did we pay it for? What taxes did we pay it for? We ain't get a liter of oil, neither a liter of gas, but we paid an upfront tax of 1 million US dollar. Because Short Young, the incoming Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, presently the Minister of Energy and Energy's Industry, could he explain that, why we paid that 1 million US to Venezuela? Ask yourself. I can't get US in the bank. Businessmen and women in Trinidad and Tobago struggling to get US currency in the bank. But $1 million went to Venezuela. For what? For talks? Ask all yourself. Let me tell you something. I didn't launch a program on TV to make friends. I didn't. I launched a program on TV to educate you, the citizen. Because I am fully aware of what is taking place in our country. I am fully aware of it. I'm in the financial world. Some they say, oh, say, you're 1% now, you live in 1%. I was always living 1%. Always. My beginning was hard. But then God started to bless me. And I started to meet ministers from outside country. And then I went straight up the ladder with who? The blessings of God. Today, I'm standing here bold and brave, calling out ministers for answers. For who? For the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. Why we paid Venezuela $1 million in taxes up front? US money. For what purpose? What is the purpose? To sit down and have a discussion? It cost me 1 million US? Tax for what? You see, ministers have all rights to say what they want to whomever they want to. But you see, accountability, a lot of people is back from it. Transparency, a lot of people is back from it. What are you going to do? Let us call we tricky daddians. All over the world, let us call we tricky daddians. What Guyana told our government of the day presently, keep all a refinery, we're going to build one. Rowley couldn't fix the agriculture sector in Trinidad and Tobago, but he take an agriculture module to go share it with Guyana. All remember that? Is it these is things that are reminding all you of? Are reminding all you of me blasting Rowley? I will not do that. If you take an agriculture module from Trinidad and carry it to Guyana to give them, why it didn't work in our country? Why it didn't work in our country? Say something. Tell us something, eh? I am a well-educated man, you know. Well-educated, you know. People fail to realize common sense write the book, and the book didn't write common sense. That is what I want to let you know. So viewers, we are out of time for tonight. Nevertheless, after the carnival season, we'll be live again. So enjoy your carnival. Don't drink and drive too much. Police will be on the streets. Enjoy it and be safe. Until, good night.